The Vision High School Sports Beat is brought to you by the 11 locally owned Vision Automotive Group dealerships, offering Buick GMC, Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram, Hyundai, Kia, and Nissan, and the resale division, with locations in Webster, Henrietta, Penfield, Fairport, Canandaigua, Ontario, and Palmyra, and online at visionauto.com. Hello everyone, and thanks for joining us. This is the Vision High School Sports Beat. I'm Bill Pucko. Every week at this time, we take a comprehensive look at sports in Section 5 in Monroe County and begin with our honor roll of high school teams. At number 3 this week, Victor Boys Lacrosse undefeated the two-time defending state champions Mitch Kane at a 5-goal game against Brighton. At number 2, the other Brighton lacrosse team, the girls team. It's 5-0. Kate Smolensky scored 3 goals in a win over Canandaigua. And at number 1, Canandaigua baseball. The Braves start 5-0. Monroe County baseball this year is playing Monday, Wednesday home-and-home series. The Canandaigua swept Pittsford Mendon 12-2 and 4-3. Tanner Cooper with a walk-off triple in the second of those games. Which brings us to Spencerport, where the soccer team's championship pedigree is fueling the girls' lacrosse team. This is the Field of Champions. The Spencerport Stadium Field, just last fall, was the home for the Rangers girls soccer team. They both practiced and played here on their way to a state championship. The calendar flips and it's lacrosse season now, and this team is experiencing the same level of success early on. The Rangers beat Fairport and Victor to begin the season. Those were the only two teams to beat them last year.
It was the best start to the season we could have to get redemption on the two teams that we lost to, especially Victor in finals. I think that it really set the tone for us this season. It gave us a clue of what we could do and how well we could play.
Just a sophomore, Erin Kuykendall is the team's leading scorer with 9 goals, 16 assists, and 25 points through just 4 games. Just a sophomore, Erin knows that she'll be playing lacrosse at the next level at Northwestern.
It's nice just to know, get everything out of the way, but I still think it's also motivation, to keep playing, because I know that I'm gonna go and play there, so I have to keep getting better every day, and I think it's just a really good motivation tool.
Does it still seem like forever for you because you've got 2 more years of high school left?
It does, but it's also going fast. To think that sophomore year and after this year I only have 2 more left. I think it's coming quick, but it seems slow, so it's fun.
Kuykendall is one of 9 lacrosse players who share in the soccer state championship experience.
It was a great experience just being all the way from the start of the season to making all the way to state finals and winning a championship.
Through your eyes, what's it take? What are the real points of emphasis to get this team, down that road?
I think just working together and being focused every practice. We have fun together even when we're always being focused and working good together.
It's important to have a stick in your hand year-round, but you can do that at the same time you can be a 3-sport athlete here in Spencerport. Coaches are flexible. They make it work. It's a philosophy that we share across the board, Jamie Schneider and I. We said we want these girls involved in every athletics because it's only going to benefit us in season.
That theme of multi-sport athletes is serving both the student and the teams well. And it isn't confined to just soccer. Track and cheerleading are represented out here.
I started cheer first, but I got into lacrosse later. They're both so different, but I have fun playing both.
Emily Kuykendall is not as accomplished in lacrosse as Erin. Emily is nevertheless a big fan of her younger sister.
It's so fun for me to watch her. I learned so much from her. I started playing because of her, so she really teaches me every time she plays, so it's a lot of fun.
One of the challenges of the lacrosse team this year was the total lack of an experienced goalie. Volunteers, anyone? Sophomore Kiara Rufus answered that call.
I would never step in there. We build her up every save. It's it's the best thing in the world. We broke out some fundamentals. We had some alumni goalies, Liv Schroeder from last year, come back and really work with her. And from there it's a game. And we teach her to read the game on the field and save shots with your stick or save them with your body.
For our team, we had no one else to take that position, and I feel like being a defender, I had like the IQ in the field, knowing what to do, so I felt like I would just give it a try.
It wasn't asked of you, though. I mean, was the process of volunteering for something like that, that's difficult, isn't it?
I just wanted to give it a shot. I mean, worst that could happen is you're not that great, but with practice, everything comes. So.
How are you?
Pretty good, still room for improvement, but we're getting better every day.
We said from the beginning, you're going to get scored on, but after every goal, reset how did it happen, and your job is to not let the same thing happen again.
Spencerport plays a tougher schedule this year. Those big early victories will help the Rangers, as will the experience of having played in the sectional finals last year while losing to Victor.
We're humble and hungry. We lost last year in the finals, and it was the first time we've been in the finals in really anything for these girls. And we learned from that experience, and we want to be humble in that defeat. But we wanted to bounce back and let people know that was not a mistake, that we were there last year, and we're going to do everything we can to get back.
The Rangers are 3-1 after losing a game to HFL, the first time those teams have played in 10 years. Coming up next, Amy Nesbitt of Brockport joins us in the Dunkin' Donuts Coaches Corner, and later, keeping score on the tennis courts at Brighton, when the Vision High School Sports Beat continues. Make it iced, then make it happen. With flavors like butter pecan or the new coconut cream pie, it's America's iced coffee, whenever, wherever. America runs on Dunkin'. Welcome back to the Vision High School Sports Beat. I'm Bill Pucko. Time now for our Dunkin' Donuts Coaches Corner. Pleased to be joined by Amy Nesbitt, the girls lacrosse coach at Brockport. Amy, first thing, and it's the obvious thing for me, is we don't talk to a lot of female coaches. It seems to be, especially this year, and we've done a lot of these segments, a real scarcity of quality female coaches. Is there a reason for that?
I don't know. I'm very familiar with a lot of great female coaches in lacrosse, for sure. I know there's a lot of female coaches in some other sports, but I think everybody has families and it's challenging. I think there's maybe a little bit of a higher turnover rate for female coaches, but some of the ones that I do know with lacrosse have been there for a long time.
And I think it probably can't be overstated, the commitment that's involved when you especially with the varsity team and everything that goes on. It's a serious matter.
Yes, we always joke it's like a second full-time job. Yeah, it's a lot of work.
All right, lacrosse on the west side. The East got a head start, and it seems like it's always this East versus West thing. So the East has got all the established teams in lacrosse, both sides, girls and boys.
Yeah.
How long before that evens out?
Well, I think it's, the East Side has had programs longer than the West Side, and we're developing, we're coming along. Spencerport has a very strong program. Our Brockport program is getting there as well. It just takes that commitment level from the kids and just a lot of time commitment, like you were saying, from on both parts, coaches and kids.
Yeah, Spencerport is getting there thanks to someone we know well.
Yeah. I was there, I was there for a few years, and it was a good program.
Yeah, for 9,
it still
right,
is a great program.
9 years?
Yes, I was the varsity coach for 8 years, and then I had my son, and then dropped down and did JV for a few more years, and 4 more years after that.
And now it's great that you get the chance to come back and coach at the school you went to.
Yes, this is my hometown. I'm very happy to be here. Brockport's, really deep in my heart, and I'm really excited to take over the girls program.
Like, what kind of tangible things are there when it came open and there was the opportunity to do this? You're established in Spencerport, but here's this chance.
Yeah, it was just, I didn't really think it would happen. I feel very lucky that it happened. I'm very fortunate. My family's here, and my family taught here for years, right to my grandmother. So it's got a big tradition of history of tradition for me. And lacrosse is, I'm a passion of mine, and I'm happy to be able to teach phys ed and coach lacrosse at the same time.
Talk about the sport. I thought when it initially came in, it wasn't all that long ago. It was a major add-on for the girls.
Oh yeah. It we started with a grant in Spencerport when I got it, and then it's I think everybody on the west side has kind of slowly gotten added it on, and it's really taking off. I mean, the girls, it's a great sport. If you play basketball or soccer, it ties right in. There's a lot of crossover, areas, a lot of crossover strategies and techniques and stuff.
Yeah, tell me how the grant worked to get the program started.
It was through U.S. Lacrosse, and they just offered base level grants that you could write and try to get funding for equipment and to get things started in your school, just at kind of like the modified level.
Would it have happened anyway, or did that give it a push?
That gave it a push for sure. Yeah, it gave it a push. But I think it would have happened anyways. I think it was just something that was kind of gradually heading our direction.
Well, very good. Well, welcome back to Brockport.
Thank
Keep
you.
up the good work.
Thank you very much.
Amy, nice to have you.
Yeah, thanks.
On the Dunkin' Donuts Coaches Corner, that's Amy Nesbitt, the Brockport girls lacrosse coach. Coming up, we salute our Wegmans Making the Grade nominee with Kim, and later Josh Marvold serving for the record book in Brighton when the Vision High School Sports Beat continues.
Welcome back, and thank you for watching the Vision High School Sports Beat. I'm Kim Burnson. It's time now for Making the Grade, brought to you by Wegmans. Wegmans is a proud supporter of Making the Grade, which highlights the accomplishments of Section 5 student athletes on and off the playing field.
This week we head out to Webster, where Gigi Vasile is making the grade. There's no doubt that Gigi gives 100% in everything she does. She's been a starter on the varsity lacrosse team at Webster Thomas since her freshman year of high school and was a first-team all-county selection the last 2 seasons. Gigi also stands out on the slopes, where she was crowned the alpine skiing state champion for the second time in 3 years this winter. On top of that, she was a 5-time state representative, 3-time league champion, and a Section 5 overall champ 4 years in a row. While training for each season and playing for a club lacrosse team, Gigi finds time to hit the books. She maintains a 95% average with a schedule full of AP classes. And due to her accomplishments both on the field and in the classroom, she'll be attending Duke University in the fall to further her education and continue playing lacrosse. For representing character traits of a true student athlete, this week Gigi Vasile is making the grade.
If you have a student in mind for our Making the Grade segment, we want your nominations. You can send them in to info@classywolf.com. Now here's Bill with the Fidelis Care Section 5 calendar.
Fidelis Care offers quality, affordable health coverage for children and adults of all ages at all stages of life. Quality health coverage. That's our mission. Call 1-888-FIDELIS or visit fideliscare.org. Here's a look at the week ahead. Got to start with the singular annual boys lacrosse event of the year. Victor is at Pittsford, Sutherland Field, Thursday at 7:30. It'll be a good one. On the girls' side, there are a couple worth taking in. On Tuesday, the aforementioned Spencerport team plays at Canandaigua at 7. And on Thursday, Brighton is at Pittsford. That game is at 5:30. A couple of Monday baseball games. Pittsford Sutherland is at Canandaigua, and Victor travels to Fairport. First pitch is in both those games at 4:30. In softball, Penfield travels to Irondequoit to battle star pitcher Amanda Northrup, who appears on our Honor Roll of Athletes coming up. That one's Monday at 4:30. On Tuesday, Mercy travels to Canandaigua at 4:30. And our first big track and field invitational of the spring is one of our favorites, the His and Hers at Penfield, begins at 10 o'clock. Among those competing, Canandaigua, Churchville, Fairport, Hilton, RH, Spencerport, Victor, and of course, Penfield. That's the Fidelis Care Section 5 calendar for the week ahead. Coming up, Josh Marvold and keeping count in Brighton when the Vision High School Sports Beat continues. Sign Impressions is more than just signs. It's a total graphics company. Embroidery, screen printing, team apparel, t-shirts, jackets, hats, and of course banners and signs. Visit signimpressions.com. Call us at 723-0420 to order your team or corporate apparel. Welcome back. Thanks for joining us to the Vision High School Sports Beat. I'm Bill Pucko. Our Honor Roll of High School Athletes is brought to you by the Injury-Free Coalition for Kids. the Injury-Free Coalition for Kids of Rochester, and the Smart Teen Driving Program, funded by the Allstate Foundation, encourages teens to pay attention, not get distracted, and to drive safely. Here's our honor roll of high school athletes. At number 3 from the Penfield girls lacrosse team, Lena Brazist. In the nets, made 19 saves in a 4-overtime victory over Rush Henrietta. And number 2, the aforementioned Amanda Northrup, who pitched a no-hitter in her Irondequoit debut and then followed that up with a one-hitter worked against Webster Thomas. Amanda struck out 14 in each. Welcome to stardom. And at number 1, what beats that? Well, in his first 2 varsity starts for East High, Joel Alicia pitched 2 no-hitters. The most recent against Wilson, the East High Eagles are 6-0. And now Sticky Lips Barbecue presents our Athlete of the Week. Is your school looking to raise money? Sticky Lips Barbecue has you covered. Check out our community barbecue fundraisers. Sticky Lips quality is an easy sell. Visit StickyLipsBBQ.com for more details. Where's 100 victories over the course of a career worth something? Well, apparently on the tennis courts. Your measuring stick for tennis players is usually advancement in the sectionals and the state tournament. Using that, Brighton senior Josh Marvold is very successful. He's a 2-time Section 5 Class A doubles champion while teaming with Ryan Gao since graduated. That pair advanced to the state semifinals last year and finished 4th. Josh had a hand in 2 Section 5 team titles. Again, pretty good. But Brighton coach Carl McDonough owns another stat: career victories.
It is very significant because we play from 12 to 16 matches a year, and to get to a total of 100 requires a lot of postseason play and a good record during the regular season.
It's a somewhat convoluted stat, but a stat it is, and Carl keeps it. So it is Marvold earlier this year celebrated his 100th career win. Those include the 13 victories that Josh picked up as a 7th grader playing 4th singles for the Barons. The last 4 years, the bulk of Marvold's wins have come as a doubles player.
The singles, I usually play for the team events, but I really enjoy doubles. It's a lot more, I don't know, it's fun competing with a partner, and a lot of the skills, I guess I'd say, you don't really exercise a lot in singles. You get to take advantage of in doubles more. He's multi-talented. He's a master at both disciplines. He's a good singles player and a good doubles player.
I like that you call them disciplines. I mean, they really are different, aren't they?
They are very different. And Josh has a lot of speed around the court, and doubles requires more speed than you would think. Even though you've got a partner that helps you with half of the court, you have to anticipate and cover a lot of other ground.
There's a different kind of glory involved with doubles, though, too, because you're sharing it, you're sharing the responsibility versus being just out there on yourself. Which works for you?
I mean, I definitely prefer doubles. Being on a team, it's different. The team interaction is good. I don't know. I mean, singles, it's pretty lonely out there. You only have yourself to blame. When you have a partner, you communicate, work to figure out what works, what doesn't work, and improve from there.
The 100 wins is meaningful to Marvold, who admits trying to top the school record of 114 held by a former teammate, Riley Damerl, from 2013. And he should get it, despite having to break in a new doubles partner, junior Felipe Hanuk.
We've been practicing a lot, and I mean, I'm hoping we can make states again and hopefully sectionals before that as well. So we'll see how it goes.
We'd like to thank our sponsors, especially the 11 dealerships of the Vision Automotive Group. They make the Sports Beat possible. As do you. Thanks once again for watching. We'll see you next week with the Vision High School Sports Beat.